Greetings everyone, and Greed here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom side as the green English reversal. Spawn on top left side as the magenta Holy Roman Empire. We have Favente Perennis. However you pronounce that. Going fast on forward, it wouldn't surprise me if both players tend to go a bit more heavy into wood to get out some fishing ships. You also have an immediate dock down here. Scout moving around here. First dock has been pulled out over here, as well as down here. And also a house to keep that fishing ship not lonely. There's apparently a dead palm tree in the water. Can those collect those palm trees in the water? I have no idea. Prelate is moving around, trying to inspire these villagers the best he can. And over here we do have this scout. Has a good number of sheeple following him. Good number of fishing boats here. 6 versus 6. And green is not going for the Abbey of Kings. And over here we got the the Minework Palace. He's going for that. The other one provides a good economic bonus, but this one does provide some unique technologies. Always gets research faster and cheaper. And contains technology unique to this landmark. I'm not sure what is unique about it. Of course, there's the marching drills, giving increased move speed for infantry units. Riveted chainmail, increasing +2 melee armor for spearmen and horsemen. Making your trash units a little bit more effective. Speaking of which, got the king advancing forward. And seal barding grants knights +2 armor. King's moving around, trying to get some good damage on in. And we got this horseman here. A couple mana arms, early mana arms being pulled out. Try to contest this region. King does get a good charge shot there. Doesn't get the kill there on that villager. The king can always back to the king of Abbey of Kings, so I'm gonna get healed up as well. We gotta have a handful of mana arms here. And we do got the hardened spearman upgrade for magenta now. We got a pair of horsemen here. They're getting healed up by the king. And the scout is in pursuit of this force. The scout should not get any bonus damage versus that king. Man arms are more or less a heavier unit. Probably thinking he's trying to go intercept longbowmen, some more resilient gauge longbowmen, but that is not the case in this case. Horsemen do get some damage there as they got these horses sort of dancing around. Horseman does receive a bit of damage there. These horsemen are trying to advance forward once again, and the scout trying to find a hit there on this villager. Does get hit there on that villager, take him out. And this force is backing on off now. The king himself is quite wounded. He's fallen back. Only the Abbey Kings can heal him up at the moment. Got a couple more horsemen being pulled on out now. And as well as more mana arms. Scout being pursued by the horsemen. Does not receive any damage there. We got a handful of ships down here as well. Magenta has gone for a lot of ships in this region. We got also a line of walls here to protect green shipping industry. Interesting. And we also got a couple of fishing boats over here now. Magenta has gotten more fishing ships at the moment. It looks like Magenta has more villagers by a small margin, however. Does find that lone villager there. Does quickly take her out. Got the spearman still in pursuit. Now this horse is quite wounded now. We got a wave of longbowmen and a horseman pushing way forward. We got Regenig's cathedral being pulled on out now. And this scout does see a bit of hit there. Longbowman does get a good volley down the horseman. Longbowman does get some good damage there onto these early man-at-arms. They're falling back now. Green does have a nice sizable army here. Both sides have still a lot of fishing ships on the field, but Magenta does have a bit more. We do also got a galley here being set to patrol move to keep the area secure. We got a mining camp being employed on out by Purple to claim that gold, and now he will immediately receive some fire there from these horsemen. The Longbowmen are coming over here to respond as well. It does see some town center fire. Spearmen do push on forward, trying to get some good damage onto these guys. Green's now going for the White Tower. The White Tower is usually a less common landmark for the Castle Age, usually the Palace Kings. To be fair, neither really landmark for English for Castle Age seems all that great. You got a good defensive structure, or you got a second town center. These forces are going to try to hit these forces now. There's a couple prelates in the region. And the gold does get denied there. Archer ship does find a volley there onto the horsemen. And these longbowmen will be overrun by the man-at-arms. Horseman the King does get some good damage there onto these villagers. Longbowmen are being cleaned on up. Good kill there on that villager. Magenta is now 51. Green's at 54. And the king does go down now. Bit of regicide, and Green Bay need to fall back. These knights are a bit too durable for them to fight against the moment. Over here, we do now have a dock here trying to deploy out a spring-galled ship. And some of these villagers are being taken on out. These guys are falling back. We're seeing a bit of fire from these knights. And these fishing ships trying to repair up that galley now. This galley does receive healing from back at home, and there's an arrow ship that's coming out to support him. Magenta's advancing forward trying to hit these forces. There's no additional king on the build queue just yet. These man-at-arms push way forward, trying to get a good engagement on there to these villagers as they're trying to put some stone. Got these horsemen now engaging forward. Got the knights deployed out to face the knights. Both looks like Magenta does have +1 pierce armor on his knights as well. These villagers went on down. Green did lose a large number of villagers there. And green ships has been cleaned on up. There's a couple fire ships there. And now these man-at-arms are charging forward. Knight is starting to engage. More knights being pulled on out here now. And Green's villagers do get escaping town center. Magento's man-at-arms do get cleaned on up. Green now has a sizable force of knights. There's a couple of knights pushing forward as well. Now going for the steel barding grants knights +2/+2 armor, which is the upgrade right there. We got a handful of crossbowmen being pulled up by Green as well. These knights are charging forward, trying to deal with these villagers. It does get inside the town center right there. These knights are closing in onto the Magenta's knights. The current village count is 57-57, very, very similar. Over here, do have these hulks now engaging the hulk. And the archer ship does go down now. These knights do get cleaned on up. Up north, we've got this knight pushing forward, trying to get some damage in. And looks like these prelates are getting some good healing in onto that villager that's receiving some hits. Does see that villager. Alright, ship now advancing forward. This hulk has received a bit of fire and now receive explosion. Green does have a good number of fishing ships in both of these regions now. Magenta has lost a number of fishing ships here. Green's now pushing way forward with a king, couple horsemen, knights, and crossbowmen. Oh. Looks like that monk was killed off by the Magenta Knights. Green's Knights falling back away from Magenta's Knights. Fire ship is advancing forward. Does have one arrow ship to engage it. Does get some good damage on 2 of those ships. But most of these fishing ships will go down. He just may abandon the region. Green's Knights are getting some good hits there onto Magenta's Knights. You have a big wave of Magenta Knights pushing way forward, and they will overrun the crossbowmen. Magenta's Knights not being pursued. These forces all being cleaned on up. These Knights are being pursued. One of the Knights soon go down. Magenta's Knights and Purple Knights are engaging in melee. And Green will be falling back. He has less Knights. A couple of those are horsemen, not Knights. And they're falling back now away from Purple's Knights. Green's now pushing forward for some more crossbowmen. And its gold vein will be cleaned on up shortly. This force is getting some much needed healing from that king, but there's just too many knights for him to deal with. Wolf does get some bites there. And this dock has been upgraded with the defensive weapon. Most of these ground forces will clean up the dock, no problem. Over here, this nice stream on board, trying to get some good kills there. There are some defensive arrow galleys. The knight will be cleaned on up. The knight, wait, was that a torch? Is throwing torches against the wolf? Wolf classifies bitey infantry. Wolves are dangerous animals, attack nearly any unit that strays too close. Scouts and navy units are ignored unless provoked. They provide no food to gather, only death. You do have these couple of these prelates going down. Some Magenta's villagers do go down. Magenta has 60, his opponent has 72, so Green's maintaining a good villager count at the moment. And it's keeping his opponent corralled in his base as well. Green also deployed a good round of defensive walls. Magenta's cavalry is having a bit of trouble trying to find an opening, for there technically is none. They'll have to create one. And his force is now falling back now. This force is going backing on off. There is this white tower here, which will provide some good defensive arrows. And now there's a decisive reinforcement here. King's not going to make his way back to the Abbey to get him healed up. And a large number of towers being put up by Magenta now. Curious. Use a group of units to hunt the boar. They're dangerous animals that can kill a lone villager or scout if provoked, but provide a significant amount of food. Some soldiers are not able to gather food from boars. I love how that description, rather than description of the unit, description how to take it on. This horseman does go down. This knight is now going to be running around. It will be chased a little bit. You have a single arrow ship in this region. But these knights will go ahead and brave the arrow fire, and we'll start torching down this dock now. Magenta has now reached the Imperial Age. Green has not. He's not started just yet. And And this fire ship does get a decent explosion there onto those knights, doing some significant amount of damage across them. They may just need to fall back into the praylet to get some much needed healing. And since that dock has gone down, all the fishing ships' food collection has been denied. Brings now basic forward of all of these knights as well as crossbowmen. Knights are starting to engage the knights, but the crossbowmen will provide some good fire support for green. Villagers seeing some hits there. Crossbows made their way on in, getting some good hits there on these villagers. To get inside of this Palace of Swabia, the Palace of Swabia is a good backup to start losing villagers because it does reduce them 200% faster at 66% less cost. So they're 17 food each, so they're very, very cheap right there. The Palace is now seeing a bit of fire. Magenda's trying to go for these crossbowmen, does find himself a crossbowman in the night. The Palace has received quite a bit of fire as well. His force is still quite wounded from that fire ship. Now we do got some cannon placements in here. Palace's home has gone down. That's going to start to hit the other infrastructure. Magenta still has plenty of space there to pull out some more military units. And these cannons are getting some great hits there. He uses emergency repairs at the moment. He can cast it, but he's not paying attention. There we go. Got the emergency repairs being activated now. If the emergency repair is active, he will not get the kill on that palace anytime soon. Gold miners may receive some more hits there, backing on off now. Magenta Knight's going to take the opportunity to engage. He is, of course, an Imperial Age compared to his opponent. Green is going for the Berkshire Castle. And Green's army there will be cleaned on up. Berkshire Castle is being placed down here to help secure the center of the map. There's an unclaimed gold here. Green's even claiming some of his opponent's fish. He just going to take time to heal up all these knights with some prelates. The knights are currently at 10, 11 armor. That is a lot of armor. Is there any crossbowmen to give a comparison to that? Crossbowmen do plus 9% heavy, so they're only doing about 11 damage versus the heavy armor of those knights, which is not a lot. As opposed to, say, an English, oh, that's an English king. The English knight has 6 pierce armor, plus 1 from technology, so make your Summa 7. And so that additional armor does pay quite a bit of dividends. Berkshire Castle is going to be garrisoned really soon. Good arrow hits there from Berkshire Castle. The Berkshire Castle, of course, has absurd 15 tower range. Outpost now trying to be upgraded, a fortified outpost. May not want to do that because it is still in range, of course. Outposts will go down, given enough time. He's now going for another layer of walls. Now we do have a bombard here. Bombard's advancing forward, trying to get some good damage. Does get some good damage from the outpost. Outpost is now down, but the castle network is still applied by the Berkshire Castle. Starting to hit the bombard. The bombard does have a range of 10. And now we've got cannon placed as well. And sorry about that, I clicked on my mini map. The cannon has a range of 15 as well, so it's able to outrange a lot of stuff. The bombard simply cannot outrange it. These are much needed repairs there. Do not have trebuchet to pull it on the field. Kind of with trebuchet. It does have 16 tower range there, and looks like it is out of wood. Multiple trebuchets being pulled out, bombarding down the Berkshire Castle. cannon placed there. He's trying to pair it up with a single villager there, but we've got multiple trebuchets in the region. Gains some great damage there on the Berkshire Castle. The Berkshire Castle has a remote. He is once again out of wood. He does garrison a whole bunch of crossbowmen. Does the arrows receive any additional range? They all had the 15 arrow range as well, so it's a pretty good placement there to fire off a whole bunch of arrows. You have the king here as well. Berkshire Castle's not going down just yet. Another trebuchet being pulled in now. Ranger's going to have a constant strain on his income with the wood right there, but now he's loading wood, trying to go for a bombard cannon to be pulled on out. Got multiple trebuchets hitting this Berkshire Castle now, and there's not enough wood for him to get it repaired up. Now set up blaze. He repaired up now. Green's finding massive large force. He does have a good number of spearmen and knights and crossbowmen. Doesn't have a lot of the elite upgrades there. Berkshire Castle seeing more and more fire. Will almost go down there. Spearmen facing forward, so is the knights. I think Berkshire Castle will go down. Got these spearmen engaging forward. Good number of crossbowmen hitting these knights. The Berkshire Castle does go down. Knights still has a bit of health there. They could potentially overrun these crossbowmen. A couple more stables being pulled up by Magenta now. And you may hear my drink opening up. One moment. This damn cold, these damn allergies do a number on me. A couple of outposts been pulled out here. He does have 7 villagers here. He maybe want to bring up 3 more just so he can quickly clean up this gold. This gold still has a little less than 3,000 remaining. You got now the man-at-arms upgrade. And that outpost goes quickly go down. Crossman does fire a volley there. Man-at-arms trying to hold the line. Some of these knights are going down. Good established status up there. The White Castle does have a good rate of fire. Doesn't really have high enough damage to deal with the heavy armor of the knights, but at least it can get off a lot of arrows. White Castle's now under siege. We do have this keep being pulled out by Magenta here, which will quickly take out that wolf. There's still a bit of fish here. Green's still cooking a lot of this fish. There's a good reserve of food. Berkshire Castle's not being repaired on top. We'll likely lose it relatively soon. Got more barracks deployed now. He's trying to pull out some more spearmen to help deal with these knights. There's just a large number of knights. It takes there a lot of extra armor. They can withstand quite a bit of abuse. Got a number of prelates here, healing up those knights, very nice. A couple man-at-arms charging forward. They receive a charge damage there. He needs more spearmen rather than man-at-arms. Spearmen, at least when they get charged, they stun the knight for a bit of time. Gates now seeing a bit of fire there, a bit of AoE damage there. Gates now set up blaze. More man-at-arms streaming on forward. And there is an opening there, so some of these knights do make their way forward. White Tower still under fire. And these knights do go ahead and fall back now. Berkshire Castle has no longer been targeted there. It went for the gate, and so now the 4 ships is going to be hitting the White Castle now. Trying to now deny those burgers. Now we've got the reinforced defenses there, as well as some cannon placements, fortified outposts. Looks like these outposts being upgraded cannon. The knights are pushing, these infantry forces are advancing forward. They need some more spearmen, not men-at-arms. The knights now gain the infantry forces. Crossbow is getting some great damage there. He does spread them out, trying to avoid those magnetic shots. Trying to stand there and take them the best he can. Good hits there onto the crossbow there for the Mangonels. Men-at-arms do charge forward, trying to deal with the Mangonels. The White Castle does go down, trying to repair it up with the White Castle now. More of these knights are being focused down, but however, the crossbow will get hit significantly by those Mangonels. One Mangonel does go down to the man-at-arms. Got a couple more, a lot more Mangonels being blown up by Magenta now. The White Castle is trying to be rebuilt, and it will be destroyed as well. There onto these outposts. You have some spring gulls being deployed now. They will get some good damage there onto these Mangonels, but will need time to set up and fire. Mangonel, one that does go down. Nice trying to do overrun one of the spring gulls, taking out. Crossbow gets some good damage there. Other Mangonel is trying to run away. Maybe it'll get picked off by the spring gold in time. And green is collecting this gold from the sea. Very good. Berkshire Castle is seeing more and more damage. We've got the White Castle seeing more and more fire now. You now have the elite spearman upgrade being pointed out. Got a large wave of spearmen, crossbowmen, man-at-arms in this region. He needs perhaps just there's a lot of infrastructure here now. He does have 4 town centers as well, so that can get the emergency repair ability to any of these nearby structures. It's not the this one could be also repaired up as well. White Castle is seeing more and more fire. And we also now got a trebuchet pushing way forward for green. Over here, these knights are finding these villagers, trying to claim that gold. This castle has received no garrison there. Got these spearmen trying to stop these forces. Does have a number of mills in this region. They're very, very exposed, of course. Good damage there. Trebuchet is now firing against these outposts. It looks like one of them's a little bit wounded. That one doesn't see a direct hit there from opposing the trebuchet. These forces are reinforced, regrouping to make their way forward once again. Got a large number of these trebuchets boarding up, trying to find a volley. Does take up that white tower once again. Green does have a superior military number, but Green does back out of the game now, unable to break this siege around his home. This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay.